Hello, and welcome to the Encompass Medical Management instructional series on using the EMM telehealth system. This video will cover adding a new patient member into the telehealth system. By the end of this video, you should understand the steps necessary to log in as an EAP administrator and add a new patient member to the list of patients that your organization provides services to. As an EAP administrator on the EMM telehealth system, you will be provided a URL, login, and credentials that will be for your specific use. For the purposes of this video, we will be using the EMM telehealth demo site. Let's begin by logging into the EAP URL with the credentials supplied to you by EMM. We are now looking at the EAP interface. Click on the Add New Member button to get started. A pop-up appears where we will enter data related to the new member. Under the Patient Status heading, we will first enter a patient ID for this member. This PT ID must be unique for this patient in your organization's telehealth interface. A second patient ID may also be entered. Next, enter the member's subscriber ID if there is one associated with this patient in your system. Enter the patient's social security number in the next field. Now enter the patient's relation code: primary subscriber, spouse, child dependent, domestic partner, etc. by using the drop-down. We will choose primary subscriber, or SS. The remaining checkboxes, toggles, and date fields are designed to be used by you according to the way that your particular organization handles eligibility and should be filled out in the way that you deem most appropriate. The two boxes that must be checked in order for the patient to engage in telehealth sessions are the HIPAA box and the active box. Eligibility status in the telehealth system exists strictly for reporting output for your organization and does not determine a patient's ability to be engaged through the system. We will leave all the boxes checked and enter a termination of coverage date that is somewhere in the distant future. Now click on the Patient Info heading. Here we can enter the member's basic information. First name, last name, and date of birth are important for locating the patient in the telehealth system, but the other fields are only for your organization's reporting preferences. Under the Patient Address heading, we will need to enter the patient's address information. The patient's email address field must also be completed, as it will be used as the login for that member. The guarantor heading is where we can enter the information of the person representing the patient if the patient is anything but the primary subscriber. These fields are also strictly for the use of your organization and have no effect on the patient's ability to be engaged through the telehealth system. After filling in the required fields and those which you have decided to use optionally, we can finally click on the Update button. The patient is now in the telehealth system and can be searched by using the search box. Referrals can also now be made for this patient. You may now enter more patients, create referrals for existing patients, or sign out of the telehealth system. This concludes this instructional video. Thank you for using the EMM instructional video series for the Encompass telehealth system. Further instructional videos can be found on the EMM YouTube channel.